Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to see what the anime version of Aladdin has in store for us. Yes, this week we're covering the Maji series. It's the EHRPG Podcast. It's Guru. It's Chewy. Lucas, how is thou today?
All right, a little
All
tired.
right. Well, I heard you had a fun day yesterday, didn't you?
Just, no, it's fine. I was
Well,
just rushing around, and then came back on a late ferry, and then was able to make it in the last minute for a D&D session. But well, I didn't think I would make it.
yeah, our D&D session a couple days ago was stupid.
Yeah, it's fun.
I mean, I'm kind of glad we're finally hitting a battle, but my god. We had a friend who decided to lob off a maid's head, and Chewie was hitting it with fire every other turn because of it.
No, that's I don't know. It's just how it goes.
Alrighty, but before we get started in this week's anime, let's talk about a couple things that have been talked about this week. Starting with the absolute abomination that is known as Sonic Colors Ultimate.
Oh,
Yeah, we have had an absolute barn burner of a week when it comes to video games. Sonic Colors Ultimate, especially on the Switch, has been nothing but an unmitigated disaster.
absolute garbage.
So, for those of you who don't know, Sonic Colors does not run well. Sonic Colors Ultimate does not run well, even off the Switch platform, right? Like on the Xbox, PlayStation, all the other platforms, it's had issues. But the Switch is holy shit. It's got T-posing, it's got bad graphics, it's got a point where it literally looks like you're in a rave. But a lot of people have been wondering, okay, why? What the hell happened? What the hell went so wrong, right? And a lot of people have been jumping at the studio Blind Squirrel Entertainment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you'd think, okay, well, why are they jumping at that? Well, it turns out Sega has pretty much thrown them under the bus.
Oh.
It was revealed via Scion Reality that Sonic Blind Squirrel Entertainment does not know how to work with the Switch when it comes to ports.
Okay.
Like, it's been a proven fact because they were the people who ported WWE 2K18. And as I showed you last week, WWE 2K18 is the worst port of all time.
Hmm.
Like, you remember the shit I showed you, right? It's just, holy crap.
That was just really weird.
But, so, like, it's very proven that they do not know how to do with the Switch. And if they were going to be giving a Switch, they would have been needed to give in a lot of time, right? They were not. Now, the problems add on that when you compare, as Sion points out, BSE holds, as he says, very anti-Sega practices, right? They pretty much are like, healthy work balance, crunch culture sucks, time off is good, and we believe in fun, and Sega's just like, no, fuck you, get this game out as quickly as possible. So that really didn't set it up well, and that's one of the main reasons why it failed. Because, as again, Sam points out, Sega hired an ill-equipped studio for Sonic Colors on the Switch.
Yeah.
Because BSE has shown that they can do remasters before. They worked as a part of the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. They were part of XCOM 2 War Chosen. They were part of Prey. They helped work on the remaster of Borderlands 1.
Oh, cool.
Right? And this kind of brings in a point that, as Sion puts up later, Sega really does not do remasters well. Well, not just remasters, ports. Remember Sonic 1 on the Game Boy Advance? That was a fucking crapshoot because the screen was so small. So you couldn't see anything. Remember the port of Sonic Adventure to the Dreamcast?
Oh, God.
Even worse. How about Sonic Generations on the 3DS?
Oh, God.
Like, Sega has shown they do not know how to port, and it's so weird that Sega has the, especially with Sonic, right? And this is gonna go into a bigger picture with Sonic, because name me a video game franchise that has fucked up so many times and has yet to die.
I don't know.
Like, maybe you could throw an example for Call of Duty, but at least Call of Duty creates good games every now and then. I think Modern Warfare was a pretty damn good game. I thought Black Ops 4 was fun to an extent. Black Ops 2 before was great. But, like, Sega with Sonic, it's just so weird. It feels like every time Sega makes a good game with Sonic, the next game has to be drastically different. So, like, remember, the best example is, like, Sonic Mania, and I believe, what was the game that came out before Forces? Let me pull it up. Sonic games. What's the Sonic games?
Isn't that Generations?
I think you're right. Just let me check. Sonic.
Unless there's like another title I'm missing there.
Oh, it's so hard.
Do you want me to help you? Okay, let's see.
I think it was either... No. It went Generations, then Lost World, right? And then it went to Forces.
Let's see here.
Yeah, no, I found it. It went from Generations to Lost World to Forces.
Forces.
I know what Forces is. It was the one where you could create your OC.
Yeah, that was like a... kind of a little bit of a...
And the one thing that you notice is that...
Oh yeah, Lost World.
They are always changing formulas, right?
God, this one was even trashier looking.
Like, by all intents and purposes from reviews, Generations was a good game, right?
Yeah.
And then they go to a completely different formula in Lost World. So, like, they're going, like, Generations had its formula, but then Lost World had a completely different formula, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Sonic Forces has a completely different formula on that, while being mostly focused around an OC.
Yeah.
Like, it's just... I don't get how Sega can constantly change formulas and not stick to one. Like, for fuck's sake, Sonic Unleashed.
Yeah.
Remember the Werehog?
Mm-hmm.
It's just...
There was the... What was it? The one with the... On the Wii with the sword caliber.
Yeah, that was the,
Sonic
Book Adventure series games. Yeah, I remember.
Sonic and the Knights of the Round Table or something? Or Sonic and the
Sonic and the Arabian Nights and Sonic and the Black Knight, pretty much.
Yeah. And then there was... and then you have stuff like, from the original GameCube, like the... What was it, Sonic Adventure?
Yeah, they had Sonic Adventure and
Which
Sonic
was
Heroes.
Great, by the way.
Eh.
Yeah, okay. Was that the one with the chibis, or is that not the chibi?
No, it is, but I think Adventure, a lot of people rely on hindsight. When you actually go back onto it, Adventure 2 is pretty rough.
I mean, better than most games, honestly.
Yeah, but I think that's more fans are just so disjointed and so broken with the recent Sonic that they think, like, oh, going back to the old is good, right?
Yes, it was alright.
Like, I think there's an argument for Sonic to go back to the adventure formula.
I feel like you should just go back to Sonic Battle. That was fun.
Yeah, but, like, it's just... I honestly can't believe Sonic's still around. I really can't.
Sonic Battle.
Like, remember Sonic Boom?
Yes.
How much of a disaster that was?
Yes. Wasn't there an infinity jump for freaking like Knuckles, and then they made a reference to it in the show because it was this is a really bad but memey bug. Oh.
Yeah, it's a bug where you could literally skip levels.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, that show's actually pretty fucking funny. I've watched some clips.
Because it's like so fucking cool. I mean, I get why, because it's fucking embraces it's.
But here's a question:
flaws.
How many unmitigated disasters has Sonic had? Like, we remember Sonic 06.
How many? What?
Sonic Boom, like unmitigated disasters, because Sonic 06 is one of the biggest disasters in gaming history.
Unmitigated disasters wise.
Yeah, like Sonic 06 is one of the biggest failures in gaming history. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
And then you got Sonic Boom, which really, really hurt because it was probably a worse game than Sonic 06.
And
then you get Sonic Forces.
That was interesting.
Like, I'm generally serious when I say this. I can't believe Sonic is still a thing with how many times a game of his has flopped massively.
You know what's sad to say? That like the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games are like one of the better Sonic games.
To an extent, yeah.
Yeah. I just want to go back to Sonic Battle and Sonic Advance.
No, I mean,
Sonic Advance 3, Sonic Advance 2. Even though they were crap on the GBS, I just want to play them, man. They're different, okay.
I could agree to that. But another thing I want to talk about is the continued.
Oh shit!
Terrifying.
I forgot about Sonic Rush.
Oh God, no!
Wow, this is wow. Jesus, this is whoa. That was for the DS, jeez, man.
Yeah, and it wasn't great. It was literally just a side-scrolling run game, and yeah.
Shadow the Hedgehog on, is this the one that's on the GameCube? Where he has the gun on oh, this is the one.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
He does have a gun in the cover. Oh my god.
Swearing every second, and everything is grungy and evil, and yeah.
They made another Sonic Rush. Sonic Rush Adventure. Oh god. And then there's Sonic Rivals, the racing game. Oh.
The actual Sonic racing game round, the Sega All-Stars one's actually not that bad.
Sonic and the Secret Rings? What is this?
Yeah, that's one of the
one of the adventure ones?
Yeah, the storybook ones.
Oh.
That's the one based in like Aladdin with Sinbad, ironically enough.
Sonic Riders and Zero Gravity. Is that the board one?
Yep.
Why is Sonic riding a board?
Because that was the gimmick. That was the new gimmick.
He can just grind on the thing, though.
I know. Moving on. Alrighty, let's talk about the impending disaster of anime.
Okay.
So, remember how I mentioned a couple months ago how Katakawa's announced they're aiming to produce 40 anime each year until 2023?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got now reports that a projection done by... Where's that name? A projection done by Parent Analytics, Alejandro Rojas, says the anime consumption has doubled since 2017, and apparently there's still more room to create more anime titles that meet the growing demand. And I'm sitting there thinking, are you fucking high?
Yes.
Like we have a lot of issues in the anime industry when it comes to just overwork. Like, for example, Wonder Egg Priority was a it was just a train fuck of an ending that honestly destroyed the series for me. And then we find out that animation producer Shota Umihara was hospitalized twice during the production.
Because of overwork?
Yep.
Ah.
And then we see, of course, Katakawa is mentioning how they want to increase the amount of anime they make. And yet in their current show, the detective's already dead. This is a frame they used.
This is a frame they use. What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck am I looking at, right?
Did they just copy and paste a car?
I think they did. But, like, that show's already having production issues. Go back and watch episode 3, where the two main characters are running through the crowd, and they're literally running by a green screen.
What type of, like, shadowing is this on the left? What the fuck? Why is it so rigid?
I don't know. But apparently Katakawa thinks they can make 40 anime a year. And one of the biggest issues is Netflix. Netflix had its first original anime in 2014. That was the Knights of Sidonia.
Yeah.
Right? A year later, they launched the service in Japan, promising to bring more Japanese TV shows and film to the rest of the world.
Okay.
And, of course, their whole goal is to acquire as many licenses as they can, right?
Okay.
Anime is one of the top 10 watched things. The problem is, Netflix do not know how to market their fucking anime.
Alright.
Think about it. When's the last time you've seen Netflix market something that isn't Castlevania? That isn't the new Dota anime?
Are you talking strictly the Japanese anime or just any
Yeah, I'm talking
show?
the Japanese anime. Fuck the American anime for now.
I think maybe once? I don't even remember what the anime was even.
Yeah.
I don't think it was even Dota or anything, though.
Like Netflix is pretty much the second biggest anime licensor in the world behind Crunchyroll and Funimation now, right?
Right.
And yet they don't market anything. Like, how the fuck are we supposed to know X is going on to Netflix when they don't even tell us?
Right.
Now, thankfully, Netflix has finally stopped doing their stupid, we're going to release it when it's done bullshit. And they're now going to start releasing anime weekly of shows that are airing.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you ever notice that about Netflix?
That they did it, like, when they finished the entire series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was bullshit, and it killed half the momentum any show had. One of the best shows of the year in 2017 never had a chance because it was behind the Netflix red bar, and I'm talking about Little Witch Academia.
They probably should just waited then on the whole marketing thing, on that part.
Like, Little Witch Academia aired in winter 2017, I believe. I know it was winter. I can't remember if it was 2017, 2018, or whatever. And because it was on Netflix, you had to watch it pirated unless you wanted to wait a full fucking year to watch the entire series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad Netflix is finally doing that, but it's just, I don't get how we can see stories of, like, people just dying due to overwork, and yet we have Studio Mampa saying there's a lot of demand for anime out there, so the question is how to deliver high quality that meets the demand. When Studio Mampa is, like, probably the biggest culprit of this.
Mappa?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then we have an animator from Science Saru blaming its studio for spreading itself too thin against many productions. And they're only doing this show called Inuo, which is a movie, and the Star Wars Vision stuff, right?
No, Star Wars Vision.
And they're only doing those.
Inuo.
And yet they don't believe it's manageable.
Wow.
Like, think about that. They're only doing a 2-season production of Inuo and the Star Wars Vision stuff.
Mm.
And they don't believe it's manageable with 40 to 50 employees. Doesn't that say something about Mappa, who, let's see how many shows they're doing this season and next season, right? Just to get an idea. Now, Mappa, yes, is bigger, but I think it sets a precedent when we have studios saying we can't do enough. We're having trouble doing these shows when we're only taking on so much, right?
Yeah.
So, like, for example, Mappa's got 2 shows this season. Remain, which you've been watching, and Kion Sedai no Itadantachi.
I don't know what that one is.
I'll send you a link.
Did you even
But then next season, Mappa has the Tacto P Destiny with Madhouse, the Jujutsu Kaisen movie.
Oh, this is the one where they're like, yeah, okay.
And then in January, they have Attack on Titan 2.
Hmm.
And they got fucking Yuri on Ice movie around the corner. They got Chainsaw Man, which people are hyped for.
Very hyped.
And then they got this Dansuru thing.
Dansura.
Along with another original movie. So, like, Mappa is already spreading themselves across, like, about 5 to 6 productions in the span of half a year.
I don't see some of these that you're looking at. Am I looking at the right ones here? This is the fall, right?
Just look at this.
I see a lot of Silver Link.
Yeah,
and
Silver
OLM.
Link's another bad one.
I'm seeing a lot of OLM and Doga Kobo actually this season. Lurch.
I haven't seen much Lurch animes in a while.
There's one coming out called Gyakuten Sekai no Denshi Shoujo. I think this is
yeah, no, they
magical
haven't done some. The last thing they did was Winter. Yeah, Lurch has been not doing much lately. They had a time in summer of 2019 where they did a bit.
Wow,
But no, Lurch has been kind of quiet as of late.
OLM, Silver Link. Oh, is Mappa helping out Tact OP Destiny?
Yeah, they're doing it with
Madhouse. Wow, OLM is doing a lot this season. Silverlink and Doga Kobo and Children's Playground Entertainment as well.
Yeah, Silverlink has one show, 2 things for the fall, plus that thing they just announced that's for the summer. But OLM, what they do again? Oh, they do the Pokemon stuff.
OLM's doing Komi-san.
Yeah, they're doing Komi, the Restaurant to Another World.
Yep.
And Megaton Q Musashi.
The level 5 anime game thing.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a disaster.
Wow.
I mean, OLM did just come off Odd Taxi.
I actually don't see that much Mappa stuff at the moment this month or this season or coming season.
I mean, I sent you the link. This coming season, Mappa has Jujutsu Kaisen and Tact Op Destiny, and then they have.
I don't see it. I didn't look at the bottom. My bad. Let's see. This is the look at the continuation.
And like
ones.
just Attack on Titan Part 2 and Jujutsu Kaisen 0 is going to be hard enough as it is. Now you got Tact Op Destiny.
Oh, are you talking about the Jujutsu Kaisen movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
And obviously Jujutsu Kaisen 2, which is like something that is
It's coming, but it's not fall.
Well, it's going to come.
Yeah, but it's not fall, but it's coming.
And the problem is, like, I mean, look at Mappa over the previous season, right? In spring, they did fucking Zombieland Saga and finished off Yasuke. They had a fall and winter of hell last season with, like, Attack on Titan getting dropped on them.
Oh, your favorite show's coming back winter, Marcel.
What?
Arifureta Shokugyo.
Oh, I'm gonna have fun ripping that. You know, here's the thing, Chewie. I'm gonna have fun ripping that apart because now I have this where I can be vocal about it.
Oh, geez.
Like,
you're gonna watch it just to scream at Astrid here?
I mean, I already watched the first season. I might as well rip apart it on the second.
Hey, JoJo's Stone Ocean.
Yep, that's gonna be good. That actually goes back to the Netflix thing. Is a lot of people are saying that that's the main reason why Netflix is going to weekly releases.
Oh, that's nice. Oh,
because
and then
imagine
Orient.
if they had JoJo's Stone Ocean and they waited to release it.
Yeah, no. There's Orient, the guy who made Maji. He's coming out winter 22 and 2. Oh, God.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I just think we really need to keep promoting the fact that, like, as Kanapa Peck points out in the article, this is less about making quality shows and more about gaining more subscriptions.
Oh.
Like, you can see his point there, right?
Yeah.
Because like, you could have 500, like, think about this, you could have hundreds upon hundreds of anime on a site, right? Most people only give a shit about a quarter of them.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. How many anime on a site like Crunchyroll do you actually, like, are like, yes, they got it, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, how many are there, right?
I don't know.
Like, to me,
IQ?
I'm always happy when Crunchyroll gets anime because that means I'm watching less pirated, right?
Let's see, Crunchyroll anime. What am I?
Like, I'll give you an example. This season, I have been watching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and To Your Eternity, 7 shows off a pirate site.
Let's see.
Because I'm not paying for Funimation when I have Crunchyroll, right?
One Piece. Okay. I mean, they got some pretty big hitters here.
Yeah, they got some big ones, yes. But what I'm saying is, like, out of the hundreds and upon hundreds of anime they have, there's only maybe a select few that'll make you say, yeah, I want a Crunchyroll subscription to watch this, right?
Actually, I would like a Crunchyroll subscription just to watch most of this, yeah. Maybe not all. They're putting all, like, their big hitters in the very first page here, but, you know.
Oh, yeah, no, if you click anime, you see Boruto, One Piece. You see a lot of the news shows like Tokyo Revengers, Slime.
And then all the big ones from the old ones.
Fena Pirate Princess, which, actually, I heard Fena Pirate Princess isn't that bad.
Then you have all the big ones that stood before. Like, and then, not just the new ones, but, like, the old big hitters.
But, like, if you think about this, like, look at how many anime are on that first page, right?
After Stone, Case Closed, Fairy Tail, Overlord, Mob Psycho 100, Gintama, Fire Force, One Punch Man, Sword Art Online.
But, like, it's just places now care more about subscriptions, right?
Sad. But it's true, yeah.
And to an extent, I get it. I have no issue with people wanting to make money. Alright? Like, we all want to make money. That's a fact of life.
Wait, they have I Shall Need You Ichi?
I think they do, yeah.
What the fuck?
Did you just know that?
I didn't know that. That's new to me. Okay, well, Marcel, I'm gonna go watch I Shall Need You Eat You one day.
Speaking of shows that are going on, I'm surprised the Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai is still going.
It is still going.
Yeah. But no, it's pretty clear nowadays that, as Canapeffect points out, Netflix rarely posts about their anime on their release date. Crunchyroll and Funimation rarely market anime outside of their biggest seasonal hits, right? So, like, while we may say, yeah, there's a lot of shows that show up, what are the shows that are marketed, right? It's My Hero, Tokyo Revengers, that time I got reincarnated as a slime, and I think I saw markets for Maid Dragon and To Your Eternity, but other than that, nothing. Right?
Other than that, nothing.
So, like, the goal is to gain as many subscribers as possible.
That's pretty fair.
And you think about it like this, right? You get the big shows, right? You get all the big shows, but then you get as many small shows as you can. Because then you could say, not only do we have X, Y, and Z, but we also got 100 other new shows that you can take a look in after you're done. Like that would draw somebody in who isn't paying attention, right? And it's just, I really, really hope the anime industry smartens up, because you just get this feeling that, there's going to be an explosion. And those stuff like this does make me appreciate specific studios like Kyoto Animation and Ufotable. Like, those studios, they just go by their own fucking shit, right?
And T-Rex and Queen Bee.
I'm not even gonna comment on that, but like, they just go by their own shit, right? Like, Kyoto Animation has always prided quality over quantity. Like, I remember how long I had to wait for Violet fucking Evergarden. That was easily one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, it looks like.
And I always say, go watch Hibiki Euphonium.
Well, of course.
They got the free movies coming up, spaced out over 6 months. And then you look at Ufotable, and Ufotable literally has, like, and even you can even make an extent to Wit Studio.
Yeah.
Like, those people tend to get how to release anime. And they get it in the idea of, let's focus on quality, because quality is what will bring us views.
Yars.
I mean, Wit willingly gave up Attack on Titan. Like, think about it. Think about how much money they could have made if they kept making Attack on Titan.
There would have been a lot.
Yeah. And of course, Ufotable, they have the Fate series, and they now have Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Did they do all the Fate series?
They've done a majority of them.
Did they also do the ones, like, in the very beginning where the tentacles look like penis heads?
What?
Yeah.
I think you're... I remember they have done a majority of the Fate series. The only Fate series they haven't done is, I believe they didn't do one of the first... They didn't do the side stories, so the Lord Malai thing was dealt by Troika.
Oh. Okay, well... Then,
and Fate Apocrypha was dealt by A1, I believe. And I'm trying to remember. I know Studio Dean did one. So yeah, Studio Dean did the first Fate Stay Night. And then Fate Apocrypha was, I believe, dealt by A1. Yeah, A1. And then, of course, Fate Khalid is dealt by... Ironically enough, it's been Silverlink. I'm just going to get further down. Yeah, no, it's been Silverlink this entire time. And I'm going to be honest, I like Fate Khalid the most. I know, shocking. But let's talk about the anime this week, Chewie.
Oh, I can't find the scene with the weird-looking tentacles. Whatever.
Let's talk about anime this week, Chewie.
Sure.
Did you watch Remain?
I did, but I didn't catch up. Or, no, I think I caught up, actually.
What episode are you on?
I think I'm on 8 or 9.
What the fuck? What's Remain under? Is it Funimation? Yeah, it is Funimation. You're on episode 8 or 9? Well, it is on... Yeah, it's on episode 8 or 9.
Okay, yeah.
So what's happening in Remain?
Well, it took a turn. So after some progress was made, I suppose some more character stories a little bit. MC actually finds out, based off the recordings that he watched, like he's still going through all those recordings to learn, is that originally what he was like was he was an asshole. He was a big egotist.
Wait. So the main character, Amnesia, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's revealed that he was a piece of shit?
Yeah, he's a bit of an asshole. He was very intense and egotistical, in a sense. Like, he got out angry over little things, but like, as an athlete, I suppose you can kind of make that
Well, there has
argument.
to be... there's a balance to it with an athlete, right? You want to be able to push people as a team leader or the best player, but if you push them too far, then it doesn't fucking matter in the end, right?
Yeah, I don't know about push too far, but he's just kind of an asshole.
Or just a dick.
Well, yeah. I think he might have pushed actually a little bit too far, because it turned out later on, when he then approached people that knew him in the past.
And they didn't realize he didn't remember anything he did.
No. They knew that he didn't know anything. They just didn't want to tell him. They didn't tell him about it, right? So he approached them.
Well, yeah, imagine if you didn't know anything, then you found out of the way you treated people. Probably hurt.
Yeah. So he approached that girl.
The hot girl?
The hot girl, Chiho, I think. For the very beginning that made that promise.
Yeah.
And she reveals him that the reason why she was interested in water polo, and then I think that's why she is now a water polo player, I believe, in the female, side.
Yep.
Is because she admired a guy named Ichinose, like a brother, when she was younger, and he loved water polo. He absolutely loved it, and he had the physicality and the drive and everything to do it. And turns out he went to the same school, junior high, as
I think I see
MC.
where this is going.
And MC
was MC being
was the young ace, basically, right? Even though he was the junior or anything, he was considered amazing because he worked so hard, and he had a little bit of natural talent, but he worked really, really hard, and his drive was incredible. And this Ichinose person played a little bit. Played actually a good amount, actually, until one game where he let a enemy team get by him, like really easily. Like he didn't seem like he even tried, honestly, at one point. Don't know if it was a mix up between he didn't know what was going on, or it was going too fast for him the one play, or that he was tired or something.
So he just got caught in a sense.
Yeah. Or he might have just been outmaneuvered or out-techniqued or something. Nonetheless, got by. The guy scored. MC, or old MC, before amnesia.
The MC before he got hit in the head.
Yeah. No, before he got into that car accident.
Yeah.
He got really angry at him. And even though he was a junior, he called him out on it. Like, fairly... a little harshly, maybe, but like he called him out on it nonetheless. And basically,
I have to remember this is Japan we're talking about, so juniors talking shit to seniors is not normal.
Not usually, no.
Because in my head I'm saying I can understand if a star player was upset about it.
Oh, he was the star player, but he's still a junior, right? He's just...
No, but like I can understand if a star player was like, what the hell you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's an understandable reaction. Especially if the mistake was a simple mistake.
But he was still a junior.
Yeah, I know.
And he called him out really, really harshly. Like, I can understand him saying, like, what are you doing?
Like, I'm trying to think in my head, this is Japan. This stuff isn't supposed to happen.
Oh, no, I would understand him calling him out on it, but, like...
Yeah, but you'd think in Japan the seniority would play a factor.
Maybe. But nonetheless, he played...
But move on.
Yeah, he said something a little bit harsh at that point. Like, I think it was something, if you're not going to be moving around, just don't play then. Get off.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that caused the person to actually not play.
No, the coach actually called him out. The coach then did a sub change. Changed the defenders with the Ichinose guy, and he sat out.
Which is reasonable from a coaching standpoint.
Yeah, and he sat out, and Ichinose, apparently from then forward, saw most of his time on the bench. And then he eventually quit, actually. Water polo in general. And he did something else.
I don't know, that feels a little bit just like weird.
Yeah, so Chiyo said she couldn't actually understand how somebody who was like so good and acted that way could suddenly just abandon the sport that they were so good at. So she was extremely, extremely pissed that this guy
I can understand Chiho being pissed, yeah, no.
That this guy lost his memory, just suddenly wants to, like, stop playing this game that he was incredibly good at, and made the person who she idolized stop playing because he was so good at that point.
I get Chiyo's thought, but how the fuck is he supposed to know, hey, I'm a water polo god, if he lost his memory?
I know, which is kind of why she made up a lie also about the whole extra money thing, which was quite evident, quite easily, you could easily guess that. And then, I don't know, she had these mixed feelings that she hated his fucking guts, but she also hated the fact that he was giving up on something he was originally so good at and so driven towards, but he fucking made other people like leave for that to how good he was and how driven he was, and then she's just like, I hate you anyways.
I don't know if I like that because it feels very contradictory.
I know, but I don't think she. I feel like her feelings were too conflicted at that point because she just. I don't know.
Like, she never even met the guy before that, so why would she really care that he's not playing water polo?
Oh, no.
In reality,
he met the guy that one time when he was an asshole and asked and confessed to her and asked to get, like, a kiss and stuff like that after he became the best.
Mm-hmm.
But she never revealed to him that she kind of hated his guts because she knew who he was. But at that point, there was something triggered in the MC's head. Apparently, like, smelling the chlorine from his hair and, like, talking about those moments with Chiho, and he starts to remember, and actually he remembers everything almost at that point, and he goes a little nuts. In fact, he calls in to the hospital, and then he's like trying to bite towards there, but then he hits his head or something. He drops in like a crazy, because it was raining and stuff like that, so he slips and drops and hits something. And turns out he has amnesia again, but not the way you think. He has basically... Okay, so before he had regained all of his memories of the 3 years that he missed of this junior high, from grade school to junior high area. He regained that, but he forgot the small half a year he spent with the smaller high school, the Yamagumo.
So now he's pretty much reverted back to his asshole form.
Before he remembers anything of what he did.
Oh, that is so stupid!
And he's absolutely livid. Like, he realizes that he's forgotten. He was in a coma for so long, and then and then he also, time has passed, and his body also will do the coma beforehand, and then or degraded during coma, and then he everything has changed for him. So he's reacting to it as who he is, and he's like absolutely incredibly angry and upset, like he should be in a sense, just fair. He finds out he's went to water polo, but like at this random no-name school, and he's like super fucking pissed because they don't look like they do anything or anything like that, or know how to do anything. And he goes back to his old school and is like, I want to play water polo again with these guys. Coach is like, okay, that's not possible because
you're not at this school anymore.
Well, that, and while you were gone, everyone was training. Like, everyone has jumped to a higher level than you were even when you were at top. And so we can't let you win because you haven't even grown that far. And I'm sorry, I'm happy that you're back and like things like that. But he just right now, the way he is right now, physically, he's not coming back. Or mentally as well, because he hasn't grown as well. But yeah, he's not coming back. His old teammate has filled his role and become the new ace and everything. So he gets kind of pissy about that, and then he confronts that guy, and then he starts... That old teammate just like starts going off about like, the coach always says like, Mahiru could have done better. Mahiru would have done a different play. Well, I'm not Mahiru, and I'm going to prove it to him and to you that I'm the best. And
So pretty much what this show has done is simply, let's not have our main character be rootable anymore.
It was interesting.
Like, this honestly feels like a twist for the sake of a twist.
Maybe, but I don't know. At the same time, guy gets fucking just like... So he's just like, okay, well, cool, whatever. Like, you have fun. I give up on water polo and stuff like that. And he goes home. His family's like discussing about like, if it's how they should proceed with like if Mahiru, whatever his name is okay and stuff like that. And then the sister accidentally says like, I kind of wish that Mahiru actually still had amnesia because at least he was nicer. But then she's like, oh, I don't mean it like that, like, in a sense.
I mean, fuck Mahiru at this point.
And he just comes in and like, he hears it, and he's like, and he's all like, well, I'm sorry I can't be the person that you want me to be and stuff like that. And et cetera, and like, I can't control these things, and or whatever. I'm not I'm sorry for you missing a person that wasn't me and stuff like that. And then he just like storms up and he's like, leave, gets all upset.
Yeah, this kind of feels like a twist for the sake of a twist.
Guy wakes. Then the guy just like starts throwing shit around. He just like breaks pretty much everything at the point.
Like, my question is, why couldn't we just do the story of him trying to improve on his past self now that he realized how much of an asshole he is?
Like
why do we got to go back to him being an asshole for this?
I don't know. I feel like I have no idea what they were trying to do with that. But basically, what is it? The amnesia self of him left him a video message because he had started to get like glimpses of memories and had talked to the doctors and had been informed by doctors that there is a chance that he may forget that part, basically, if he were to retain his or regain his memories of his past.
Yeah.
So he left a message for himself. And the guy's just like, what the fuck is this half the time? But he then sort of like
my brain is leaking.
Decides to give his amnesic self a chance by trying to play with those other the Ayamamo school or whatever, and he's training them as much as he can, and then when he tries to pull off a move, he can't do it properly because of course his body is degraded, and he there's that realization when he throws the ball, it's half-assed, it's super weak. And yeah.
And let me guess, the team used to be better when he wasn't an asshole?
No. The team's still struggling for help. But the amnesic self's just like our whatchamacallit isn't a centrified sort of our team's power is not centrified. It's teamwork and everything in team base. And I'm sure you can work with them because you're like so good and everything like that. And you can do better than I can. So you lead this team like to win and stuff like that. And he kind of goes through the roster and tells them everything. And like it's a flashback sort of while everyone's reacting him throwing the ball half-assedly. And it's all like very... it's all the information's true and stuff like that, and the guy understands. But he at the very end, he's just like, I don't believe in this teamwork bullshit. I'm gonna prove to everyone that they were wrong in the end, and I don't care if I'm gonna do it by myself at this point. And I was like, what the fuck?
What's the point of this? It literally feels like a drawn-out thing to just get to the whole, I need to learn that to not be an asshole.
I don't know.
Has Remain jumped the shark?
Remain jumped the shark?
Yeah.
Jump the shark?
Yeah. You know the term jump the shark, how like Fonz jumped the shark in whatever show the Fonzie was in and then it became shit after. Has Remain jumped the shark?
I don't know. I have no idea, honestly. I don't know if this is the point of no return or is this good? I don't know. It's just getting weird. It's just getting a little more complicated-ish, but not really. I don't know.
Alrighty.
Apparently, he had a talk with Shiho after when his memory
Big booty
returned.
bitch.
Yeah, and then she's just like, "Oh, that's a shame. I kind of don't want to deal with you now."
Okay. Can I talk about something now?
Yeah.
Aquatopa in the White Sand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I really do. But what I love about the show most is that the show's main focus is about characters facing reality in different ways, right? So the main focus is on the two girls, Fuka and Kukuru, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fuka quit her idol job in Tokyo, right? And she's kind of lost. And the way I word it is she's trying to find purpose in life again while working with Kukuru the Aquarium. Well, just last episode, one of her friends, because they seem to be friends, called her saying they want her back. There's a spot specifically for her.
I want you back.
And now she's facing reality as like, well, what do I actually want to fucking do, right?
Baby, come back.
Like, I thought my idol dream was over. I gave it up, and now they want me back, and I'm, well, conflicted.
You can blame it.
And it's very well, that part's only just started, since that was just revealed in episode 10. But the thing that's been going on for the whole time is Kukuru trying to escape reality that the aquarium's going to close.
Ugh.
Because, and I really like that, because you can see the struggle in her eyes. She's trying her damnedest to keep the aquarium alive, because the aquarium's like a second home to her. The narrative is that she lost her parents, and due to like emotional things, if you go into the aquarium and stand at a specific place, you can sometimes experience this phenomenon where like you're in the water on like I'll get you
I know what you're talking about. I saw it.
You've seen it, right?
Yeah, I've seen it several times, yeah.
Yeah. So like you can experience this phenomenon. And she experienced that phenomenon with her dead parents. And she wants to keep Gamma Gamma, the aquarium, up because it's something that she's pretty much never not been. But you can see the things build up because, like, there's no hope, Chewie.
Yeah.
Like, the grandfather who's raised her since the beginning is pretty much all set to sell the aquarium.
Right.
And, like, Kukuru's trying everything and nothing is working. And it's interesting to see because the whole thing is she's trying to avoid reality. She doesn't want to give up the second, her home, the thing that gave her life.
Okay.
And it's very interesting to see how the show's been handling it. Plus, also, presentation-wise, oh my god.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, no, I think Aquatour with the White Sand continues to show why PA Works' Working Girls series is great. If only PA Works could get all of the originals there. I still remember the world. Oh my god. Remember that show? Last fall? What's it called in English? The Day I Became a God?
Oh, the one that was written by the guys that did Clannad?
Yeah, and I'm just like, I wish PA Works could do all their original works well. You got anything else, or you want me to keep talking?
I caught up with Mari Mushita-kun.
Say that again?
Demon High School. Mari Mushita.
Yeah, because that actually just ended.
Its
second season just ended. There's a third season coming.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about our opinions about the show, or save it for the review in a couple weeks?
Oh, you want to do a review? Oh, yeah. I mean, I could just talk about the latest episode, can't I?
Well, I mean, the latest episode was really just set up for season 3.
I know, but fine.
And like, the latest episode really just emphasized the main theme of what's going to be the future season of the show. Karuma's going to somehow find his way into becoming the Demon King.
Or make the first step, at least.
Well, I mean, like, I think he's already made the first step. He's pretty much the leader of the class. Everybody respects him. He has a hot-ass girlfriend.
I mean, wait, you haven't read the manga?
I mean, I haven't read much of the manga, no.
Okay, no, this is his first step.
Yeah, but like, this is what I mean, though.
He's making his first step. He's making his first step.
This whole season pretty much bashed it over your head that a room is going to play a part in the Demon King selection.
Yes. And spoilers. There's other schools.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah. That are headed by, like, top demons like Sullivan.
Yeah. And we're going to probably see more of them in season 3, hopefully.
Yeah.
I hope we see more of Bao.
Sure.
For him to be the main antagonist and not really do much yet.
Okay, you might be slightly disappointed, but yeah.
Oh, I mean, Kirano can at least fill in.
Oh, there's 2 big events that's probably going to happen. I'm hoping that season 3 is able to cover that.
No, I really like this show. It's funny as hell, but the story is quality enough as it is.
They're just building up really hard.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah. And hopefully we see season 3 sometime next year.
Yes. Maybe we finish those 2 big events.
Alrighty, you got anything, or shall I continue?
Music Festival and Harvest Festival, I think. I could be wrong.
I think the music festival is actually soon.
I thought it was the Harvest Festival first and then the Music Festival.
Well, let's take a look.
Oh, no, maybe it's the Music Festival first and the No, wait, no, I thought...
Story arcs. Well, they just got to the second term, right?
Yeah, I think
it's
so.
Harvest Festival first, then it'll be music.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it goes Harvest Festival, Soy Persian arc, then music.
Yeah.
But, do you got any more, or shall I continue?
I don't remember what else I watched there. Go for it.
Well, I'll talk about Remake Our Life.
Okay.
Because I kind of like the way episode 10 went. Remember how I mentioned he's now in 2018, right? And he's married to Aki, but Aki has given up art due to the way their university went. And how Kyoya was always pushing them. And that made her become jaded to her own art. And she didn't think it was good enough. And I thought the show was heading to a point where I was going to get really, really salty. And then it kind of redeemed itself. Because at the end of the episode, Nanako, who at the beginning of the previous episode quit singing, she ends up turning back up and starts singing again because she realized that, yeah, Kyoya may have affected me. Like, I'll get her exact words because it's pretty it really did turn the show around for me. Because the main thing I was hating was that Kyoya was accepting all the blame, while yes, he did deserve some of the blame. He came in and pretty much changed the people's lives. I thought the friends, in reality, were cowards.
Oh. You gone? Hello? Hello? Oh, good lord, no. I'm by myself. I'm by myself. Just gotta keep going on my own. The internet is still working. I don't think it's a problem on my end. But hey, 5 minutes of filler. I hope I don't get flagged for singing that song. Yeah. I might have to call him. Give me 1 second, everyone. Da-da-ba-da-da. Technical difficulties. Da-da-da. Oh. Hello? What the hell? Hello? Yeah, it seems to be...
I'm back.
Oh, okay, I just started calling you. I don't know what happened there. What happened?
I don't know. I couldn't hear a damn word you were saying, and then all of a sudden, Discord was just like connecting.
Oh, Discord might have been
Okay, so where was I? Because I was talking about how I thought Kiyoya's friends were cowards.
Yes, you just ended it on that, and then just went blank, and I was like, oh.
Okay. So the reason I think that is because I get what Kiyoya did not help. He went in there and was pretty much just like, I'm a maestro, and you guys all dance around me for the greater good, right? He didn't let them struggle. But I also think they were cowards because they had a perfectly attempt to struggle. Think about this. The friend quit because Kiyoya was amazing and he did not think he could reach him. Right? Well, why aren't you sitting there trying to fucking reach him then?
Okay.
Like, it feels like they quit at the first sign of struggle.
Right. All right.
And that's where I go to the end of episode 10, is because Nanako, she quits because she couldn't keep up with it, and she relied on Kiyoya too much, right?
Okay.
And yet, and that's what the big issue with Kiyoya was. Everybody was relying too much on him. Except now Nanako's realizing, I don't need to rely on him. I don't need to blame him. I have my own drive. I can do this on my own. And I think that's what the kids were missing at like the 10 years ago, before the time jump. Because yes, I will agree 100%. Kiyoya is the main reason this whole thing is fucking fucked up, right? He's the main reason the guy doesn't write anymore. He's the main reason why Nanako was struggling to sing. He's the main reason why Aki doesn't draw. But I also think those three characters did not do enough to justify it just being his fault. Like, where's the struggle? Where's the drive? Oh my god, Kiyoya shows up. Why not? Where's the battle? Like, did you become so dependent on Kiyoya you lost your drive?
Yeah.
Like, I just think that I find it a little silly that it takes the friend Nanako 10 years to realize I don't need Kiyoya.
Oh. Okay.
Because that's what it is. Her exact words were, and I'll get them right here since I have this show up. Yeah, it's his fault. Right? It's his fault. But because of him, and someone as unremarkable as me started singing. But I didn't keep at it. The second he was gone, I started slacking. I blamed it all on him and wanted to give up. But even if it's only me... Let me get these out. But even if it's only me, I don't want to be the one who invalidates everything he did. And that's the thing. I think if they have the drive and the determination, then this shit doesn't happen. Because, yeah, you could make the case they make it there without him, regardless, as we've seen in the first timeline. But you could make the case that they make it there with him, as we've just seen with Nanako getting back up to sing.
Alright, sure.
And I'm glad this episode happened, because I hated how the show was pretty much saying Kiyoya ruined their lives, when that wasn't it. It was not just Kiyoya's actions. The friends' lack of, like, determination and their willingness to only do stuff Kiyoya said, that's on them as well. So I'm very interested to see. I think Remake is going to end with Kiyoya's going back to the past. I'm almost certain. But I think Remake's going to end with them finding a more agreeable relation to, like, what they're doing, right? So, like, Kiyoya's still going to be there to help all the time, right? But I think that his friends are going to be... I think he's going to push them in a way that his friends are going to be less... Well, less cowards. Like, I don't want to say cowards, but they're going to understand that, yes, Kyoya's here to help, but I still need to be able to do things on my own. And I think Kyoya is going to go to the past knowing that. Now, one thing I want to say is if he doesn't end up with Aki, I'm going to shoot someone.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, the one thing Aki got is that she loves Kyoya. And I think that it'd be kind of stupid to change that since, well, I mean, even if Kyoya's dead, art or no art, right? She's still going to love him. Like, I think that's a fair explanation, right?
That's pretty fair. Yeah.
Like, she was already in love with him before she gave up art. Why would that change?
Why would that change?
But yeah, no, I think Remake Our Life really did redeem itself a bit. I thought it was just gonna go the whole, oh, Kyoya caused everything. When in reality, it's more than just Kyoya. The friends deserve a decent amount of blame themselves.
Okay.
Moving on. I got 2 more shows. What do you want to start out with, Chewy? Do you want to start off with fantasy world full of monsters, or do you want to start off fantasy world full of depression?
Whatever gets us to the main topic in 10 minutes. Or 5 minutes.
Slime.
All right.
Fuck me, that Demon's Banquet was amazing. Like, the tension, the build-up, the way Rimuru just eviscerates Clayman's argument was just great. And then the best part is the ending when Valdora just randomly appears just to get punched in the head by Millilim. It made me fall off my chair laughing because it was so unexpected. I thought they were going to end the episode with, like, just a cliffhanger of Millilim seconds away from punching Rimuru's head clean off. But yeah, the next episode is tomorrow. I believe there's only 1 or 2 episodes left this season. Let me check. Whoops. Let me check. I think there's only 2. Oh my god, excuse me. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
Alright, let's go back. Summer. How many episodes there left? There's 2 episodes left.
2 episodes.
So I think what we're probably looking at is the end of this arc and then like a final episode to wrap it up. And then we go to My Hero, because My Hero has impressed me quite a bit, because the first episode of the villain arc wasn't great.
Okay.
But the next 3 were so fucking incredible. Like, we had the one about Toga with the first episode. Then we had Double, twice, his little story.
Okay.
And then we had the story of Shigaraki. And the story of Shigaraki is tragedy incarnate. Shigaraki. And the story of Shigaraki is tragedy incarnate.
Tragedy incarnate, boys.
And it goes to the point I mentioned with Togen twice. Shigaraki wouldn't have been a villain if he had people around him to support him.
Yar.
Because he was raised in a house that hated heroes.
Ugh.
Because remember, Shigaraki is I forget her name. I think it starts with an N. The person who gave All for One to All Might. It's her grandson, right?
Oh, wait, what?
You know the girl who gave All for One to All Might, right?
Oh, okay, yeah, that lady.
Shigaraki is her grandson.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, in the Season 3 battle between All for One and One for All, that was one of the main things that sent All Might off. But what I was gonna say is that the whole episode revealed his past, and you see that he had no chance to be a normal person because his father was a giant piece of shit for decent reasons, because in his father's eyes, his mom abandoned him to just be a hero, right? When in reality, his mom pretty much determined that she couldn't be a hero and raise him in a proper way. Which is both honorable and, like, depressing, because, of course, you want him to be raised well, but it sucks when the real mother can't do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that, of course, sent her son into hating heroes to the point where if there's any hero talk, he will beat the shit out of you, and he abused Shigaraki to no tomorrow, and the problem is, the family around him really didn't help. And they just made it worse. And then Shigaraki's quirk activates. And if you want to watch a masterful scene, just go watch that, because you can feel the emotion out of every second. When he accidentally kills his dog, his sister, his mom, and his grandparents. Like, you see the regret, you see the anguish. And then that all goes away once the father shows up. And he brutally murders his dad.
Oh.
And then that's it. The good boy's gone. Shigaraki's now a monster.
No.
And then a couple days later, he's found for he's found for All For One.
Found by All For One.
And All For One then is working on to make him the inheritor of his quirk. And it's just, you sit there and you realize that the League of Villains, if they just had the right support system, wouldn't have existed. And it shows the absolute tragedy that is the society of My Hero.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the final couple episodes probably going to be great. I already know it since I've read it, but like, I also like Reed Destro a lot as an antithesis to Shigaraki. This is one of the main reasons Reed Destro is upset with Shigaraki, is Shigaraki to him is all about destruction. And he believes that, yes, we need to destroy, but we also need to create, right? Except what Reed Destro doesn't realize is that Shigaraki has no reason to create. Why should he do anything to a world that's rejected him, right?
Right.
He treats Shigaraki as a child freaking out, when in reality, Shigaraki just has no reason for it anymore.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that was great, honestly, and I'm surprised how good this arc's been.
Dope. It's been dope. I'm trying to catch up.
But let's talk about the Maji series.
Our main topic of the day, which we've been dropping hints and everything, are weird
we
references.
pretty much said it at the start.
Also, we made references a lot of the time with the whole... Yeah.
But no, the Maji series to me is probably one of the more underappreciated series in anime.
I'm gonna say it right this. I kind of don't like the last arc and how they ended it, but overall...
But would you say that's a case of them just not having enough time?
I don't know what exactly happened, because it seemed like it was a rush for the last part. I don't know if the writer just got told, like, hey, you got like a week or so, or like, or no, you got like 20 chapters or so just to finish us off, because like, yeah.
Maybe, but again, we cannot... It's so hard to question if a series had enough time, because we just don't know, right?
I don't know if it was time or if it was just... I don't know.
I mean, at least the last arc of Season 2 ended with a legitimate conclusion.
Well, yeah, that's... That's like, what, arc 4? 5? 6?
Let me check.
It's like...
Maji story arcs. I hope it says which one's the anime episodes covered. Okay, scrolling down. The Maji story ended on the 10th arc.
Okay. So they were pretty much halfway.
Yeah, just about. Let's see.
Because I'm pretty sure it was like 20 or so arcs, 24 arcs or something like that, and they ended.
Let's see. There's 14 in the Maji story arc, and then in the Adventures of Sinbad, there's 14 itself, 12 itself, 13 itself.
Okay.
So in like the main arc, in the main story, there was only 4 more arcs left.
Hmm.
But yeah, let's start with Adventures of Sinbad, since that's technically the first thing in the whole series.
Okay.
I remember watching this, and I gotta tell you, Chewy, I've never been more hooked to a series in a long time.
Oh.
It's weird, since I'm gonna say it like this when you think about it. This is just a fun show.
This is a fun show.
It has a good story. Like it has like I'm not saying it does not have a good story. It has a great story.
It has a great story.
But like this show just understands fun.
Yeah. I don't counteract that. It knows fun. It knows, you can have humor sprinkled into things, even if when it gets a little serious. But then when it gets really serious, that there has its moments.
Yeah, the humor is like gone in a sense.
The humor doesn't basically overshadow the seriousness of the situation, or try to distract from the actual seriousness.
Yeah, that's actually a really good way
and then
to
the
put
seriousness itself doesn't, darken the humor.
It's found
of it
the
or
balance. And I think the perfect example is Sinbad.
Where he's like, there's the half of him that's just ridiculous.
There's just the flirtatious, loving person who finds a way to boink every single girl he meets.
Mm.
And yet on the other side, there's this king who is honorable, who will respect everyone he can. If he can reach out to help, he will find a way.
Ambitious, driven. Yeah.
There's two sides of Sinbad, and to me, that's the perfect representation of the show. You got the comedic aspect, Aladdin with his obsession with boobs.
Mm.
The amount of times we've seen Alibaba's butt. Morgiana, who's actually surprisingly good comic relief.
Morgiana.
And we got that in here, but then we get the serious side, like Alibaba's whole issue with his kingdom.
Yep.
Morgiana and the Dark Tribe. Everything to do with Sinbad, everything to do with the Ko-Empire.
Aladdin and his Maji powers. Going into the different countries and stuff like that. Experiencing the countries and all their problems and stuff like that, and their cultures, and how it seems to clash, and the understanding of Sinbad's wanting to unite by conquering, in a sense, everything.
Yeah. And I think Sinbad's whole goal of trying to conquer everything is more of him realizing that if he doesn't, then war's never going to end, in a sense.
Yeah.
It's one of those cases where he needs to unite everything, or the suffering's never going to end.
Yarp.
The final arc of season 2, the Magistal Empire arc, the one where Aladdin goes to train as a wizard. I think that's a pretty good example
of
Sinbad's whole philosophy.
Oh, I see.
Because you could make the case that the Empire itself, the Magistal Academy, isn't, well, I wouldn't say evil, but they aren't without reason.
They aren't without reason. I mean, I don't think anyone else is, but hey, y'all kind of.
Mm. And I think that's the one thing. I don't think there's many truly evil characters in this show.
Yeah, it's definitely not like a easy white and black. There's a lot of gray in this. Definitely a lot of gray.
Like, I think the only people who are generally evil is probably Gyoken Ren, one of the leaders of the Ko Empire, the one who was possessed by Arba.
Okay.
There was one more. I think his name was Bao, actually.
Hmm?
Who the hell? The guy... He was close to Aladdin's dad, Solomon. It starts with a B. I think it was Bao.
Maybe.
I think it was Bao. No, it wasn't Bao. Oh, fuck. Who the hell was it? Oh my god, I've lost him. He was one of the three... Oh god, the main antagonist of Maji. Sorry, I've lost his name and it's pissed me off. David, that's it.
Ah.
Yeah. Like, I think Maji's really, really good at giving every character a side. Since look at another good example of Maji is the guy who joins them in the pirate arc.
Oh.
What's his name? Oh god.
The guy who joins them.
He was a dude, and he had a crush on Morgiana.
Hakuryu?
I think that's it. Let me just I want to get the exact name.
It's that guy who was a prince from the Ko Empire?
Yeah.
And that scar on his face? Yeah, I think it's Hakuryu.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, he has a bunch of gray to him.
Oh, yeah. He's fucking dark and weird, but, like, with some, I don't know, misguided feelings, emotions. I'm not sure.
Like, remember the end of the pirate arc?
Didn't
he... Oh, I'm trying to remember. If I remember, he just obliterated one of the leaders.
He obliterated one of the leaders. He obliterated one of the leaders?
I can't remember. It's been so long since I watched it.
Leaders of what, sorry?
The pirates.
I don't remember this either.
But either way, after that, he starts to become more dark as Gyoken starts digging her claws into him.
He become evil. No, not evil, but darker.
Yeah.
He has that weird,
and of course, then you got
thing.
the fucking Al Salmon organization.
Ah, yes.
And I mean, they weren't bad. We saw some weird ones there.
Yeah.
Remember that girl they captured that Aladdin loved?
Aladdin loved.
That magic girl with blue hair. Did this one.
Oh,
one that they captured.
the one.
Yeah. Dunya.
Ah.
That Aladdin loved because he felt they were being used.
Oh. Well, I mean...
And would you say that is the most impressive part of Maji, though?
What, that they're not, like...
The ability to have so many characters and all of them feel unique in their sense.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I mean that's one of the, I'd say, one thing. But I think another that stands out is just like how they delve into not only politics and religion and cultures, but like the clashing of morals and stuff like that, and things like that come from having different sides of opinions and things like that.
Yeah,
on a more
because
global scale.
a lot of the times we see the characters have to, like, I wouldn't say fight each other, but like, one minute we can see Kyoka be against like Aladdin and Sinbad, and the next moment we'll see her with them.
Yeah, it's I feel there's very few shows that are like that when it comes with a little bit like when it comes to war. And I think another one actually does really well, as I probably have brought up before, is like The Legend of Arslan.
Yeah. Another one that goes well is actually one I'm watching, Legend of Galactic Heroes.
Heroes, yeah, where they really get into the politics of
Yeah,
it.
they really get into the reasonings behind stuff and what makes people tick. Like, I'll use Legend of Galactic Heroes as an example. One thing I really like is how well they portray the fact that if Yang had any motivation, he could take over the Alliance in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, but he doesn't. But yeah, I think this is one of those shows that has a really good balance in between like their comedy and then the politics and seriousness parts of like clashing cultures and war and
I think that's a really impressive thing, and we're gonna keep saying it, but like the ability to,
and then like have their characters grow and evolve from that, like learning from both sides or learning from multiple sides, and just overall story going by as they, or continuing as they do their own thing. But it's probably, well, no, I was gonna say a Log Horizon does a little bit of that, but it's more economics at that point too.
Log Horizon also is 10 times more boring.
They do a lot of talking.
A lot of talking with no real fucking purpose.
A lot of talking and planning, but they do like how should I say? It's like breaking a video game down instead of analyzing humanity as a whole, in a sense.
Yeah.
So I guess I can't really.
What I have always liked about the Maji series is kind of that aspect, the amount of cultures it has.
Yeah, and then they're all like the major references that they all make, like Rhyme for the Roman Empire, Ko for the Chinese Empire.
Mm-hmm.
What
the fuck is Sinbad's then?
I don't remember. Honestly.
Like, Sinbad's kingdom is interesting.
It might have been I was gonna say Alibaba's was like, I don't know, maybe a reference to Pakistan and
either that or Egypt
and Israel, but like, I don't know.
But no.
The
amount of cultures this show had, and how they were able to give depth to all of them was quite impressive. And I think that's the most impressive thing about Maji.
Okay, wait. Are the tribes and the Dark Continent, is that based off of... Were they trying to go like either South Africa or South America or something like that?
I couldn't tell you, man.
Because I started to get a little bit worried at that point. I was like, that's an interesting reference, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, take Margiana. She's a dark tribe person.
Yeah, which is, again, I'm just wondering, are they referencing the rest of Africa in this case, or South America, or
Well, maybe they're just not referencing anything.
is it just or are they just saying like an indigenous tribe altogether?
That might be it.
Just indigenous people. Maybe the dark world is like the new world. Like, yeah, that actually would make sense.
Maybe the dark world is just the unaccepted world.
No. I think the dark world is a reference to the new world, like South and North America.
That's true.
I don't believe they made any references to like actual the big cultures like the Mayans or anything like that, Incans, or even like I don't know, I forget what they're called. Is it the Sioux?
The what?
The Cherokee, is that right? Or is it Sioux or something?
I mean, that's a native tribe, yeah.
Sioux, is that? I don't know how to pronounce that.
I think that's called Sioux.
Yeah, and I don't know whether I'm pretty sure there were some other big ones.
But yeah,
Cree,
keep going.
yeah, Cree and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there was any major references. So I'm thinking that the Dark World was actually the New World, and they were
maybe
because they were just talking about like how the fact that they haven't like discovered it or fully discovered or explored it or something like that, and they were going to do
Dark
that
Worlders aren't treated as well.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that Morgiana's tribe is just a reference to just indigenous people in general.
Well, it does mention how she was born from a hunting tribe.
Yeah. Most indigenous people did not, or were not farming or agriculture. They just lived off the land itself by hunting and foraging, and yeah, that makes sense, I guess, in this case. Yeah, no, there's a lot of representation. Even
it's insane to think about, considering how much actually is there, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's a ton.
I don't know if they made anything else. I'm a little. Let's see here. I don't know what other references there were. Culture-wise.
But let's talk about like the seasons themselves for a bit.
Okay.
So let's start with Maji Sinbad, the adventure one.
The adventure one.
The adventure Sinbad, the prequel.
One. Yeah.
I genuinely like that show a lot. I wish there was more because it's very interesting. It's always interesting for me to see the origins of like characters, right? Because like we get the origins of everyone who plays a major part in Sinbad's kingdom and his life, right? So not only do we get the origins of Sinbad, we get the origins of Jafar, Hinaho, Drakan, Yunnan. Like, there's just a lot there.
Yeah.
And I've always liked that.
Oh, Balbad was apparently greatly represented India. Yeah. Yeah, because there's like Saluja, which is
it's weird. Maji, the Sinbad one is weird because
Hindu society.
Well, it's good because we're seeing the origins of not only like the people we've seen and know, like again, like I mentioned, the 8 generals.
Mm-hmm.
But we're also seeing the origins of like the kingdoms we'd see as we go through in the Maji series itself. Like we see how Kill was at the start. We see the start of like all the regions where Sinbad finds his 8 generals. Especially the bird people region. That was fucking hilarious.
Oh, it's Sindria. Right, Sindria.
That reminds me of Cythria for some reason.
there's a bunch of references, so I'm not sure what exactly this kingdom was really based off of. But things like an Indian subcontinent. It looks like apparently a Greek island of Nisros. Could be. Sind is also the name of a province in present-day Pakistan, based on around the Indus River. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, and then he goes all to the other ones. Heliohapt, which is, of course, it's the Egypt, the bird people one. I don't know which one that was a reference to, actually. Was that Greece?
All I know is it's the hottest ones.
Okay, Marcel.
I'm sorry, I have a fetish.
Yeah, for women with wings.
Yeah, don't you want to be caressed by them?
No.
But no. I think Maji does a good job at introducing the world. It's just one of those things where you want more at the end, right?
More and more.
Also, it was made by Studio La Deuce.
La Deuce. Oh, the Imachak was right. The Imachak. I totally forgot about the Imachak. Those are the indigenous tribes of the I guess they were making references to Inuits and stuff like that.
Maybe either that or Norway, since they were about the size of an Empire State Building.
Maybe a combination there. Maybe.
Yeah. Then we get to the original Magi series. You know, the ones that aren't in the past. I've always enjoyed them quite a bit. Like, I like the original Magi series just because of the variety.
Just because of the variety.
Well, no, like, we keep mentioning culture, but just because of that, we get so many different and compelling characters.
They do.
And being able to experience all of that is actually refreshing to see. Since you see a shows a lot of time when they have wide variety of characters, they tend to throw most of them to the background. Here, you really can't say that because, no, they aren't in the background. They are a part of the show.
Yeah.
Like, the 8 generals, yeah, they play parts. They may not they may not be here forever, but they're able to play parts.
Yeah.
And it's just, I really like how it handles the characters. It brings them in and out when needed. It doesn't keep them around for all time. And it just gives them the space where they feel unique, but also they don't, aren't part of the background.
Which is, fair.
It's interesting because, again, it takes a lot of effort to do that.
I mean, they split the story into several ways for a little while because the whole Aladdin wanting to get better at magic without using the rook or whatever it's called.
Yeah, and Alibaba, his whole thing is about his kingdom.
Yeah, and then Morgiana's
just trying to find out more of herself.
Yeah. And her culture, her past, she was never taught it, no? Or not fully taught it, no? I don't know. I don't remember.
Barely taught. She's been a slave most of her life, right?
Yeah, I think she was born into captivity, right? So, yeah. Or I don't remember that. I don't remember if she was born in captivity.
No, she wasn't.
But she was too young to really...
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, she was like, what? Probably like 2, 3? She's only 14 in the original series.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. But yeah.
Also, can I just say the character designs are fucking amazing.
And then when they go into the funny, weird moments, they go into this, lax drawing style.
Yeah, I kind of like that. It's a nice touch. But what I will say is that I think the fucking art is, the character design is incredible.
Yeah. Good use of colors.
Well, what I like is less about the colors. It's more about, the characters, what they're wearing.
what they're wearing, what their face looks like, if they got a scar or not.
Like, every region has a unique appearance. In the region, you see more gowns. You see more silk. You see more, like,
fancier
what
materials, I think.
Yeah. And then in Alibaba's region, you see more just rugged stuff.
Oh, and more colors too, because of I'm guessing I don't know. Maybe it's reference to more dyes and stuff like that, but I don't know.
But like in Alibaba's region, you see more simple cloth.
And usually jewelry of some kind, and because it's like it's the only thing that really stands out. Yeah.
And then in Sinbad's home, Sindria, you honestly see more of a Greek style.
I guess, but I mean, everyone else, like majority of the characters that you see are also the 8 generals, and they're still usually wearing their own cultures, clothing, and stuff like that. So. Okay. But yeah, it was a good series. Too bad it ended on the second season after that. Was it the Rame Empire attacking the Magic Empire thing, right?
It was the Magistal Kingdom's rebellion.
Oh, yeah.
And then Sinbad and the 8 generals show up at the end to put a stop to it.
The 7 Seas Alliance.
Yeah. Well, no, not the 8 generals. He showed up with the 8 kings and queens. Do you think a show like this could work now?
Now?
Yeah. Because if you think about it, we're seeing less and less shows of this scale, right?
Maybe. I mean,
like, most of the shows nowadays are much smaller in scale. Wouldn't you agree?
Like starting off wise, or just in general?
I'm talking about like the world itself.
Oh.
Like Maji's world is fucking gigantic. And there really isn't many shows that come close into that level of scale.
It's just One Piece.
Yeah, outside of One Piece, yeah.
I don't know what else would really be that big. I don't think that's still active. I don't know.
Like Log Horizon wasn't even as close to as big as Maji.
Maybe.
No, because here's the thing. Outside of, say, the kingdom, where the king lives, all the characters had a similar culture to them.
No, I'm saying maybe the show might have worked and been popular to this if it came out, say, this season.
I think it could, but I think I think it still would have been niche.
Well, yeah. It's like again mentioned before. I feel like it's like a Arslan Sinky type of thing.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
So if like you enjoy historical and
here's the
slight
question,
fantasy
then.
mixed in with
Will
historical.
These shows ever not be niche? Because you could make the same case with Gatsuki no Yona. It was more niche to anyone. And let me state, niche isn't bad. Niche is not popular enough to continue, because I think if this show was popular, they would have finished it.
Yeah,
there was only 4 arcs left.
I don't know. I don't think it will ever not be niche, unless we somehow raise our overall. Okay, maybe not. I think it's niche. Yeah, I think it won't ever be able to break through the niche point, because
which sucks, because this show is really fucking good.
Because I think in order to break through that niche wall, that wall itself, I think that just it means we need to raise the overall educational level of everyone at this point so they can understand some stuff.
To an extent, yeah.
And I also guess maybe, I don't know, have more history majors or something, or I don't know.
But here's the question then. What makes something not niche? Is it the genre that mainly does it?
Yeah. The style, yeah, the genre, the
setting.
The setting.
Like, really, you could probably make the case that the setting is the most important part.
Dude, the overall the overall theme of it, like, okay, for example, I'm gonna throw out this this really esoteric or a really, like, well, it's basically, yeah, an esoteric kind of thing that I like. It's basically about people part of a secret, in a sense, secret society, where they run around trying to find, like, artifacts of ancient history and preserve
Indiana
them.
Jones-esque shit.
Yeah, in a sense, preserve them, find them and learn their secrets and display them for people to, enjoy, in a sense, and experience in their own way, the past. And archaeology, basically, in a sense, but it's put onto another level because there's freaking monsters and magic, and they can summon monsters, and they can, but it's all mythological, connect and stuff like that. And then I'm like, wow, this is really good. Like, I wish other people got into this too. And I'm like, oh no, but this is, it's niche because it's literally a almost of a monster collector meets history and mythology. And it made me sad because that was it. That theme made it esoteric. A monster collector with mythological background and history background.
Why people wouldn't be interested in that.
Yeah, and they made reference to it, like, quite often, type of thing, because, like, that's the whole thing, was in order to solve certain puzzles or solve certain situations, they'd have to have information and knowledge, and they learn about it. And then they were, like, solving riddles and things like that in order to get past certain traps. It's like, yeah, you wouldn't know this. You wouldn't know some of this information because, I'm just, maybe you're not into history, maybe you're not into mythology, maybe you're not into hieroglyphics or anything like that, or whatever. Yeah. And I get it. Yeah. So yeah, I think it is mostly theme, setting, just overall style and genre, yeah. Which is basically me saying multiple of the same thing, basically.
Really, you could probably say that, like, setting and theme are the main things that make a show niche or what?
Yeah. Make it a cult classic thing or whatever. Cult thing. Yeah, it's just, it's unfortunate, but, like,
it's something you can't avoid, really.
Yeah.
Like, we complain about shows like, say, SAO and what's another show that goes with it? Well, let's just say Attack on Titan, right? But they have a formula that resonates with the common viewer.
Yeah. It's, how should I say? I'm not, no way am I bashing on, like, stuff like the big guys that connect, like Boku no Hero and
neither am I, right?
And Naruto. But it's just like they're usually they're more how should I say, able to be connected to easier because
somebody who hasn't watched anime or somebody who isn't into that genre could find a way to watch it.
Yeah, really easily because they make it
They're
easy to understand.
digestible.
Yeah, they make it easier to understand. They can make it easier to connect in a sense too. And then
it's
appealing to the mass. It's almost like selling out, but not really.
No, it's definitely not selling out, but it's definitely understanding that we can get more eyes on this if we treat it simply, which isn't a bad thing. Again, simple isn't bad.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. When I said like selling out, I meant like they're just literally appeasing to the masses.
But that could be denigrated as a bad thing.
Yeah, and I'm saying that's not what I entirely meant, but it's like it's kind of like that, but not really.
And it's weird because then you sit there and you think, oh, well, what about the people who take their time to create this and then they just get nothing? And it's just like, that's kind of what you signed up for.
I mean, it's hard. It really is.
Yeah.
Because
like you hope your unique and interesting creation could take off, but like there's a reason why simple sells.
I don't think that's something you should be. If you're creating something, I don't think that's something you should be going in with mindset wise.
But like you hope it sells.
Oh, of course, everyone hopes it sells because you can make more of it, right? And
also we could say you shouldn't. You shouldn't have that mindset, but the problem is you kind of need that mindset if you want to make more, if you want to create a series.
I think the main reason you want to make more is because maybe you're enjoying making it entirely.
True, but you can enjoy it and still want to make money from it.
That's true too.
Because like a person sitting there, an author could sit there and be like, oh, I'm only an author, but I only write because I enjoy, when in reality, you kind of need money to continue to your career.
That's why there's people that, still have jobs, other jobs, right? Day jobs, and they just write on their own time because they don't want to have to. Well, I guess. How should I say this? So they don't have to change their current project or something, or I guess their vision. Yeah, I guess
it's all about ambition.
Ambition.
Yeah.
Like what they want to make.
Well, it's what they want from it.
Oh, I see. Yeah. If you're only doing it because you like this premise and you don't really want to change it, then yeah, maybe keep your day job just in case.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to not only enjoy and appease to the masses and sell out, or not sell out, but sell.
If you want to create a career from it.
If you want to sell, yeah. You probably want to put more time to making something that's not so. Oh, you might have to give up a little bit of creative freedom in a sense, or guidelines.
But I also think you have to be willing to not let your
own vision.
You have to understand the balance between it, right?
You're gonna have to look at it more than one perspective.
Novel, well, it's kind of like this: if you're going out there trying to create a novel, right? And a novel like to sell. Say you're going to Katakawa, right? You need to understand that, yes, this crazy, insane, fully fleshed out world may not unite with people as quickly as you think.
So you got to gain more perspective.
More perspective.
You can't look at it with just
understanding of what viewers want.
Yeah, which is why, mangakas work with publishers and stuff like that. And publishers are the ones that are...
Like, I mean, the manga I'm reading right now are mostly just simple manga. They're great. I think the most extravagant one I'm reading is probably My Hero.
I'm reading a lot of either a few isekais and the memory whatever returned ones.
And like we could sit here and say, but that doesn't take away the fact that we appreciate shows like Maji, like Arslan Senki, like Akatsuki no Yona.
Well, I mean, that's more my jam, honestly, because I like historical, too.
And I love historical, too. I mean, you know how much I love Three Kingdoms, right?
And I'm still reading Kingdom itself.
By the way, I think because we've mentioned Arslan Senki so much, that should be our next focus episode.
Oh.
I mean, we've mentioned it in both a ton of times in the Akatsuki no Yona talk and this one.
I think we also talked about it before.
So the next focus episode will be on Arslan Senki.
Which I will cry about because they didn't make a third season and the second season was
Dude,
so
the fact
short.
they made the second season 8 episodes was such an insult.
It was dumb. I was like so hyped. I was like, hey, they got a second season of freaking Arslan Senki. Oh, it's 8 episodes and it's like a mini. Well, at least it kind of proceeded, but yeah.
Alrighty, I'm gonna add that to the pinned messages just to remember.
They just cliffhangered it, man. I was like, come on, it was one of the biggest turning points.
We could do that episode after the game show episode
like,
in the 3 weeks.
Slam my freaking naked body all over the studio at this point.
Please don't.
Make a third season.
Alrighty. Well, this is the latest episode of the EHRPG Podcast. Next week, we're going to be talking about PlayStation games.
Arslan Senki.
I know, shocking, since mostly we've been focusing on Nintendo, but with the PlayStation showcase a couple days ago, I felt like now's the time to give the love to the PlayStation and how, in my opinion, PlayStation is single-handedly, outside of Nintendo, keeping single-player games afloat.
Arslan Senki!
This has been Guru. This has been that screaming homicidal man over there. It's Chewy. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.
Did we even announce what episode this was? God damn it! It's Arslan Senki!
We'll announce the episode number when we get to Arslan Senki in like 4 episodes.
This episode's been 2 hours. Fuck me.